all your self-loathing. You've owned the voices inside of your head. You've owned the shame and reproach of your failure. It's time to own your belovedness. You've owned your past and how it's defined you. You've owned everything everybody else says. It's time to hear what your Father has spoken. It's time to own your belovedness. He says you're mine. I smiled when I made you. I find you beautiful in every way. My love for you is fierce and unending. I'll come to find you, whatever it takes, my beloved.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 3 of the No Conference. My name is Christabel Christopher, and I'll be your host for this session today. All right, so I want to quickly say thank you to ATQ Community, 360 Connect, and Coach Stella for the opportunity to be your host for this session. I would like you to click on the share button and share on all your socials, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us if you're joining on Facebook. Right, so let's talk about the last session. Last session yesterday, 2 p.m. was the speaker was Mrs. Emilian. It was amazing. It was superb. She talked about emotional intelligence. Please share one word on the comment section that describes, or share an emoji that describes how yesterday's session was for you. Thank you. All right, let's talk about the ATQ conference. This No Conference is brought to you by answering tough questions from child and teens, known as ATQ for short. We are a great community for parents, careers, trusted and safe adults with our presence on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Our main objective is to ensure that children and teenagers get the right, correct, and appropriate answers to their questions, and to ensure that parents, careers, safe and trusted adults are equipped to give right answers and have meaningful conversations. This we achieve through our monthly webinar, How We Do It, that is HWDI for short, where we learn and share our monthly book reviews and offering answers, suggestions, and solutions to questions sent to the community. Kindly click on the link and join our community today. God bless you. You can join our community today by clicking on the link displayed in the comment section. Let us take a quick review from one of our members. At this point, wait for her.
I'm Sophie Gossi from Bayelsa State. I joined ATQ late 2022 through a friend who sent the link to me. We work together with children and teenagers, so we get really enthusiastic when it got to that. But for that 2022, we're just beginning to discover our need to know more, to be better mothers to our children. We realized that we lacked much required knowledge, and so we began making a search. So when she saw this, she quickly sent to me, and boom, I didn't waste time. I joined. Since I joined ATQ, it has been awesome. I've been a better mother. Every month, we're made to read a book that exposes what my children are like. And I can't tell you, it has been awesome working with my children. I used to think then that I knew much. I was a disciplinarian and all that. But when I began to read and to hear teachings and some of the questions that have been handled, trainings in the board, I said to myself, where have I been all these years? And ever since, it has been a blessing. Now, ATQ also led me into the reading the Bible in 4 months. As a Christian, I've always battled with completing the Bible. But since I started, I think December, I joined November. I joined ATQ in November 2022. And they were on in the last 4 months. So it was the New Testament. It was amazing that I went through reading the New Testament in 1 month. Ha! It looked like, wow. So I continued. I've been reading the Bible with them, the whole Bible all through. Then I think still that late December, there was now a link in the group, on the ATQ group, of young Christian ladies who want to find purpose, who want to fulfill purpose, who want to achieve great things, called the Accelerate Ladies. It was an answer to prayer. I joined. And from the Accelerate Ladies, I have sisters all around, a place you can just share all of your cares and all of your burdens, and you have ready ears and ready hands to support you all the way. That has been my journey in this 360 Connect space, and it has been awesome. Even in my ministry as a children teacher, because I just took over the children church because our pastor then was relocating, and I was wondering how was I going to cope? How am I going to do this with all these children? But daily, with the teachings, with the insights, with the books, even the children church is flowing beautifully, beautifully. I'm able to connect with the children. I can understand how they are going. I don't have to be that harsh and hard that it used to be. And they're enjoying me. Not too long ago, a child wrote a note to me, just telling me thank you. And I'm wondering, could have done this. Knowledge. So that's how my ATQ journey has been. It has been awesome. Is it the reading of books? Before then, it wasn't possible for me to read. How can I say I read the book a month? It was almost impossible over the years. But through it, I read a book a month. I read in the ATQ, I read the Bible. My life is different. Very, very different. And I'm grateful to Coach Stella. She has been so warm, ever ready to reach out to you, to encourage, and her words are very encouraging. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for ATQ. Thank you for all the team. I know she's not working alone. God bless you all. You can't imagine what you are doing in the lives of families. And I thank you. God will strengthen you. The Lord will help you. Thank you. If you are not here, you just joined us in this conference. Well, just wait. What you see will amaze you. And just know that God has led you to where He wants to bless you and bless your family. Thank you. We welcome you.
Okay, sorry for that. Okay, welcome back. I want us to celebrate the boy child today. Today is actually the International Boy Child. So if you have a boy child in your house, your environment, your neighborhood, can you just take 1 or 2 minutes and just wish them Happy International Day of the boy child. Thank you. So let's invite our speaker for today's session.
Mr. Abibo Berepele is a life-transforming leader, coach, mentor, and counselor with the mission of raising kingdom-driven preteen, teen, and youth. His passion is to help young people discover, develop, deploy, and maximize their purpose, potentials, passions, purity in life. He is also committed to help young people live sexually pure, and bring freedom from negative addictions. He also trains children and teen teachers and coaches to become effective and turn their passion to millions. He is the executive director of Abibo Berepele International, founder of Sexual Purity and Addiction Recovery Academy, Teens Mentorship Academy, and Teens Life Impact Foundation. He has authored several books that have transformed the lives of parents, preteens, and teens. He is married to his beautiful wife, Favor Abibo Berepele, and they are committed to the Kingdom ministry and their fashion brand, Royalties Culture. Welcome Abibo Berepele as he speaks on the topic, The Person in the Mirror, honoring God inside and outside with your sexuality.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Christabel, Christopher.
Hello, good
That's
afternoon,
great.
sir.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
Oh, you're welcome to the No Conference 2024. We are super excited to have you join us for this session. We can't wait to learn all you have to share with us today. So, audience, can you please just go to the comment section and don't forget to like and join us on all our socials. Thank you. Mr. Abibo, you have the floor now. Thank you, sir.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Stella. Thank you so much for the great works you do. Welcome to International Boys Day. I'm excited because I was a boy, I am a man, I am a father of boys, and I'm a blessing to generations. I am so grateful that no conference is starting again in 2024. Yes, yes, yes. Parenting is God's gift to generations. Parenting is God's way of transforming generations. Family is the system for which God uses to raise and transform generations. If we should become who we will become, we must start from the family. Did you realize God started life with a family? So God created man in
My name is Egesin Banchado. I'm a mother of 4 boys. I joined ATQ in 2002. I will not be able to say the exact month. Someone actually told me about it and sent me the link. When I joined, one thing I learned from that platform is that, with the way we read books and then break down the books, it opened my mind to how to really relate to children. I'm someone who likes learning, and for me that was an opportunity to grow and get better in my parenting journey. There was one constant language there. If a child can ask, then he should know the right information. So we call things by their name, we say things the way they are, we don't unmask things, and it's helping me to be more intentional in how I relate with my children. I didn't just benefit from it. The children actually benefited from it. From ATQ, I learned about other subgroups that my children could benefit from, like the SAR conference, which is a yearly event. Since I joined that group, my children have participated, and for the first time we learned about goal setting. It's not something that we knew, but it's not something that we're intentional about it. They are intentional about. So we learned goal setting, and we have become more intentional. And those sessions are really eye-opening and mind-blowing. Now I have all boys though, so we talk, relate well. We can be friends, very close, we can be friends. And then, when I have to switch back to my mommy role, there's no, I don't know how to put it now, but it's really a journey. I'm one of the quiet members on the platform. I hardly interact on the group. I just read through questions and all that, but it has really been so beneficial for me. Another thing I learned, also the monthly how we do it program is also quite educating. The lessons are all encompassing. You learn from it, you grow as a person, you have opportunities to deal with your past and then help you in your parenting journey. It's like a pool of resources where you don't have to know it all. That platform, answers come, different minds rubbing together, give you answers to your problems. And it's so real. It's where you can be real and be yourself. Another thing I also benefited from was the joining the accelerated group. So from that platform, probably I wouldn't have learned about the accelerated group if I didn't join ATQ. And it's been a journey of growth, of becoming, learning about myself, unlearning and relearning. It's really a beautiful community to join. You don't just benefit, everything about you benefits and thrives. God bless you, Auntie Stella, for really being a blessing. My name is Egesin Banchedo. I'm a mother of 4 boys.
Okay, I think our speaker is having technical.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ma.
Good afternoon. Well done. Yeah, he just sent me a message. He said my internet just went off, so I guess he's having some technical.
We can't hear you, Ma.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Ma.
Okay, so I was saying that he just sent me a message that it's echoing from your end. He just sent a message that his internet just went off. So hopefully he will rectify that and join us back. Yeah, this session promises promises to be very impactful. Looking forward to hearing from Coach Berepele. Yeah, once again, today is International Day of the Boy Child, so let's take out time to celebrate our boys, amazing boys. Celebrate their strength, their energy, and everything they do for us. We have kings, we have priests, and God is helping us raise them to the glory of His name. So please, today, just as they get back from school, give them warm hugs, give them good high five, give them, what's this one, chop knuckle, and all of that. Celebrate your boys, tell them good things, bless them, pray for them. It's actually their day, and I'm so happy that someone thought about it, to have a day we celebrate our boys. Yes, so yes. Okay, yeah,
I don't.
praise God.
Thank God.
Coach welcome
I'm sure
back.
you can see me.
Yes, we can see you
Yes,
now.
we can, sir.
Welcome every internet
All right.
wahala. Welcome back.
Victor, don't worry. All right. Thank you very much. My topic today, because of our time, I have to try to see how we can maximize the time. Honoring God inside and outside with my sexuality. Honoring God inside and outside with my sexuality. The truth is, we live in a generation today that is confused. Confusion is everywhere. A lot of people don't understand sexuality. A lot of parents don't understand sexuality, and they don't know how to have the conversation with their children about sexuality. So honoring God with our sexuality means aligning your thoughts, actions, and attitude regarding sex and relationship with God's principles and values as outlined in the scriptures. Aligning your thoughts, actions, and attitudes regarding sex and relationship with God's principles. It involves recognizing that your sexuality is a gift from God to be used in a way that reflects the character and purpose of God. Let me start by saying, many of our children are confused today because they are confused by their parents. Parents have confused children. Society is confusing children. Neighbors are confusing children. Peers are confusing children. The adults in their life are confusing them because they are not honoring God with their sexuality. Now, what is sexuality? God's nature given to you as a human to manifest on earth. Sexuality, God's nature. So the nature of God given to us, there are two kinds of sexuality. We have male and female. It's the system of God. It's the way God designed it. Genesis chapter 1, he said, let us make man in our image and likeness. Verse 27, say, and God made man in his image and likeness. In the image of God made he them, male and female. Male and female. So God created male man and female woman. That's the only sexuality that God created. The society we live in is teaching our children that there are different kinds of sexuality, sexual orientations. They have bisexual, monosexual, transgender, and agenda, fluid, gender fluid, and the rest of them. Those are deception from the pit of hell. We need to teach our parents, our children, the truth. Our children need to know. So how do I teach my children to honor God inside and outside with their sexuality? The first question I always ask is, who is teaching our children about sex? The worst is that I've had many interviews with many children from churches, from schools, from neighborhood, and I ask them, most of them are 10 years, 11, 12, 13. Have your parents ever taught you about sex? The answer is no. As parents, how many of us were taught about sex by our parents? Who taught us about sex? We had sex from society. We had sex from the media. We had sex from the news. We had sex from music. We had sex. So they lied to us about sex because the media does not know the truth about sex. The society does not know the truth about sex. The gospel is the truth about sex. So you as a parent, what is your definition of sex? When last did you have the conversation of sex with your child? It is too sad and saddening that many children grow up to hear sex outside, but have never had a conversation with their parents about sex. The parents don't know. Oh, my child is innocent. My child does not know about sex. Thank God my child is safe. Your child is not safe. It does not know the truth, does not mean he's safe. I used to ask a question. If you think your child is safe, what did Joseph do for Potiphar's wife to attack him? What did he do? Nothing. She attacked him because he wanted values and he was standing out. He said he's a handsome guy. He was intelligent. He was diligent. So she attacked his creativity. She attacked his diligence. She attacked him. He was gifted. Satan will attack our children because of what they carry. Do you know that your seed is supposed to stop generational curses? Your seed is supposed to carry the gospel, the banner of God's love, and Satan will do everything to ensure that your child is under attack. Who taught you about sex? They are too young. I cannot teach my children about sex. If I teach them, they will spoil. You're not teaching them. The world is teaching them. You're not teaching them. The society is teaching them. Recently, I'm dealing with an issue. I've shared many things. Recently, particularly now, a young girl, I shared something like this last year. A mother was saying, God forbid, it cannot be my child. God forbid. A young girl recently, I was sharing, the parents reached out to me that this young girl had been sleeping with animals. She's just 12. She does not know what it is because she feels like that's the way to express herself, because they have told them one of the way of sexual expression is with animals. Look, this girl is not a stranger. She's a member of the kingdom of God. She's part of a family. Her father is a pastor. Her mother is a pastor. So don't say this is unbelievers. and they have never watched in their house some things that some other people watch. She was taught in her class. Her classmate told her, look, my animals kiss me, they touch me, I touch them, we play with them. And that was how she started. And she fell in love with animal. And she started sleeping with the animal. Excuse me, what is sex? Do you really know what sex is? People think sex is intercourse. That's not sex. That's why I tell people, parents think, oh, when a male and female meet together, that's sex. That's not sex. That is an intercourse. Intercourse is not sex on its own. Godly romantic intimacy and experience between a male husband and his female wife. A godly romantic intimacy and experience between a male husband and his female wife. That is what sex is. It is first of all godly. What is making it godly is because it is in marriage. Sex does not happen outside marriage. Anything that happens outside marriage between a male and a female is not sex. It is sexual immorality or sexual adultery. Adultery or fornication. It is sexual immorality. All intercourse is not sex. Intercourse between a male husband and his female wife is sex. Outside of that, it is fornication or adultery. Those ones are sexual immorality. Who taught you about sex? What did they teach you about sex? Sexual immorality is what they are rampaging everywhere. The neighbors are sleeping with each other. Oh, a boy comes in, the girl comes in, and they are messing up. Your child is seeing all of those things and says sex. Number one is that it's godly. It follows God's standard. Number two is an intimacy and experience. So kissing is part of sexual experience. Touching is part of sexual experience. They're just touching yourself. They are playing. Adults are playing with their body. And they say, oh, we're not having sex. Your children are watching. Children will always observe. You teach children in two ways. Number one, by what they see. Number two, by what they hear. Children are taught by what they see and what they hear. Boys many times are taught by what they see. Girls are many times taught by what they hear. So we need to understand this. The third thing about sex is, it is between a male husband and a female wife. Look, they are sexualizing our world in a confused state. So girls are marrying girls today. Say, meet my boyfriend. Two girls, meet my boyfriend. She's my lover. Foolishness. Hey, we are just fine. Your bestie is a girl. And because she's a girl, we are okay. But they are messing up. Check what's happening now. A male marries a male and they say it's husband and wife. I've told them, never in their life can a man be pregnant. He does not have egg. They are trying to confuse our children. You must help them know this thing. So if we don't teach our children this truth, the society will teach them, pornography will teach them, media will teach them, and they will lie to them. This morning I was talking to my wife. I remember when we sing Westlife. Westlife made us feel like we're in love. Westlife did not know love. What they knew was lust. What they knew was infatuation. Uncontrolled infatuation leads to lust. Will a child have feelings? Yes, sexuality comes with feelings. But look, an untrained feeling will lead to lust that can either lead to rape or sexual immorality. Untrained feelings. So every child will have feelings, but feelings has to be trained. That's why there is sexual education class, sexuality class for young people. It is sad that many parents don't know sex. So when I use the word teach, I'm talking about to talk or to show. Your words are speaking to your children, while your lifestyle is teaching your child. Who is teaching your child? Who is your child looking at? Today, children are screen developed. Everything is about screen. Television, media, radio, every song is singing. You say, my child just like this song. That's why he's singing and dancing. Oh, the boy is fine with it. You give them phone and then you leave it. Say, as long as they will not make noise. They will not make noise, but they're destroying their destiny. See, we are in war. Children are in a battle. We are in a battle. If I was to sing it in one of the old songs, we are in battle in this world. We are in battle. The world is not at rest. People are dying. They are not dying physically. They are dying sexually. They are dying emotionally. They are dying mentally because the truth is not taught. So as parents, what do we need to teach our children? Number one, we teach them the importance of God's design for sexuality. There is God's design for sexuality. Male man and female woman. That's God's design for sexuality. God's design for sexuality, I'll say it again, is male man and female woman. Today, people want to be transgender. The boy is saying, oh, I am a male trapped in a female body. Idiot. That's what the girl is saying. Oh, my real identity is female, just that I have a male body. That's what the boy is saying. That's foolishness. They are deceiving them. Bible says the God of this world have blinded their eyes. He wants to deceive them. The same way he deceived Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Did God say you should be male? God does not want you to enjoy your life. That's why he made you male. God made you male because that's the design for your assignment. Satan does not know your purpose. He does not know it. We need to teach our children God's design for sexuality. Yes. We need to emphasize to our children that their sexuality is a precious gift from God, designed to be expressed within the boundaries of marriage between a male husband and his female wife. You hear me emphasize this thing, male husband and his female wife, because now we are having cohabitation everywhere. My mother, my father just stayed together and they gave birth to me. They have created the patterns for marriage. That is not God's system for marriage. Yes, a child that's born out of that system is not a destitute. Yet, that system is not God's design for marriage. The relationship between Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden serves as a foundational example of God's system for marriage. The relationship between Adam and Eve. Adam was male, Eve was female. They gave birth. Abraham was male, Sarah was female. It was not Abraham and Abrashi. It was Abraham and Sarah. It was not Adam and Steve. It was Adam and Eve. Listen carefully. It is God's system for sexuality. Our children need to be taught the truth. Don't say, I cannot start telling them this thing. Look, boys are seeing boys turning into female and you are quiet. Boys are seeing boys start acting like female. I talked a lot about boys. Today was International Boys Day and I was teaching them about sexuality. I was teaching them about being boy, being responsible, being relevant. Some boys are walking like, I just feel like walking like a lady. They are wearing brazier. They are wearing this. I say, we are just fine being us. You're not fine. No. You are messing up your destiny. God has a reason for making you male. See, Isaiah, Psalm 139. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. Sorry, Jeremiah chapter 1. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you and ordained you. God knew you to be male. God knew you. Teach them. You are carefully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are the works of thy hands. God did you that way. You are not a female trapped in a male's body. You are not a male trapped in a female's body. You need to have age-appropriate conversation with your children about God's plan for sexuality, emphasizing the beauty and purpose behind it. God has a purpose. Teach them God's plan for sexuality. Number 2, teach them the truth about sex and sexual purity. Listen, don't say my child is innocent. My child does not know it. Thank God, many parents are running away from it. Yesterday, I was in a parenting conference. I was teaching in a parenting conversation in a school. And then I was saying, how many of you have thought, they say, God forbid, though, how would I teach my child? I say, how old is your child? 9. I does not know. When he grows up now, since the father cannot teach the boy, why would I teach him? Mothers, listen. If your husband is not there to teach and say you cannot teach it, you are setting your son up for destruction. Boys are raped. It's called fokarama. In government schools, in many private schools today, boarding schools, boys are sleeping with boys. It's called fokarama. The other day, I was called into the school. This is one of my field, for boys especially. I was called into a school. Say, boys are sleeping with each other. Let's come. How did this start? A boy was saying, since they have advised them not to touch a girl, and let them touch each other. Now, after all, nobody will get pregnant. You can't impregnate a boy. So they have sex in the anus of a boy. Anal sex. That's what some of them are having. One of them said, that's how my seniors did to me when I was a junior student. Why are you trying to stop me from doing to somebody? Look, who is raising our boys? Who is training our children? I am so concerned about boys and teenagers. That's one of my fields. Because if we don't catch them now, they will become fathers that will become destitute. Look, an untrained boy will become an untrained father that will destroy generation. An untrained girl, an untrained mother is a disaster to her children. We need to teach them about sex. Some parents say, why would I talk to my child about sex? God forbid, though, my child does not need to know. Sex? God forbid, your child does not need to know. I'm a Christian. You vomited your child. You never had sex. You were never married. God forbid. No. Your child is asking you, say, I cannot talk. I cannot teach. Why would I be teaching that kind of thing? It's heavy in my mouth. It's heavy in my mouth. The disaster that is coming will be heavy in your head. We cannot keep quiet. Let me tell you, if my parents taught me these things, I would have been sane. I would have been better. Don't touch a boy. Don't allow a boy to touch you. You will get pregnant. That is not sex education. No. Many girls have been touched and they never got pregnant. In a faith boarding school, a Christian boarding school, a girl was told by her parents, if a boy touch you, you get pregnant. A boy told her, if I touch you and you get pregnant, I will give you 50,000 naira. The boy touched her, she never got pregnant. He sucked her breast, she never got pregnant. He used condoms, she did not get pregnant. He used anal sex, he used her finger, she never got pregnant. So she believed her parents were lying to her. That girl was sleeping with boys in that school because the parents did not teach her the truth about sex. I've been teaching sex education for the past 4 years, and I'm telling you the truth. Many children do not know the truth about sex. Many parents do not know how to communicate it. That's why we have mentorship programs for parents. Every year we sit down with parents and teach them so that they can equip their children. What do you teach them about sexual purity? The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 16, 6 verse 18, it says, flee from every sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but the sexual immorality person sins against his own body. Do you know what it means? Let me tell you the truth. For some of you that know my story, I wish they taught me the truth about sex. I was born in a good church, raised by a godly mother, but I didn't know the truth about sex. I was exposed to pornography at the age of 7. Got addicted to it at the age of 9. I struggled with pornography for more than 16 years, even when I became a believer, because I wasn't taught the truth. This thing we call sex, they are deceiving children about sex now. Kissing is not sex. It's just an activity of expression of love. Okay. A girl was telling me before in my church, a teenager, said she likes hugging me because when she loves me, she uses it to masturbate. Said when she hugs me, she feels somehow. And it was one day she said, sir, let me tell you the truth. When you were teaching in class, they had to open up to you. That was when I said, I have to reduce the way I hug. Some people are struggling. There's emotional struggle. When I found that this girl was sexually abused when she was young, there are too many children in Christian homes sexually abused, and they cannot speak up. You know why? Because you have not created that connection and relationship where your child can be vulnerable to you. They are keeping secrets and you think they are fine. Oh, my child is okay. This child is very innocent. This child is very quiet. We lock them up in the house. There's nothing. We are deceiving ourselves. Prepare your child, because the world is prepared for your child. Prepare your child, because the world is what? Prepared for your child. We're doing sexual purity mentorship program for teenagers, for preteens, for children at the age of 5 to 7, for children at the age of 8 to 12, 13 to 18. And parents are saying, what do they want to teach that I've not said? We are not fighting you. Continue. We need to help our children understand the importance of purity. Then they ask children, who purity here? I better forget that thing. Apart from Mary in the Bible, who else was a virgin that is recorded? Can't you just see? Even Adam Abraham that was talking about, he had Sarah and he had concubine. Is it David? David was a man after God's heart. Check what he did. David slept with Uriah. He gave birth Bathsheba. Sorry, he gave birth, the king died. He still sleep with them again. Is it Solo, the wisest man in the scripture? If the Bible can record Solomon as a wise man and he had many wives, why are you telling me that we should not be sleeping around? See, they are using the same Bible to deceive our children, and the child will keep quiet. I say, child, this book. They are saying it because we have not taught them. We have not taught them. We have not taught them. They need to know the truth about purity. We have books, The Battle for Sexual Purity. I wrote a recent book now, The Battle for Sexual Purity. The battle for sexual purity is a battle. It's a battle. Many children are confused. We did the statistics recently. I think that was last year. In university, year 1 students, you see this thing that people are jumping to university anyhow. He's 17, he's in year 1. They are not prepared for it. Many persons get into wrong relationship, get to sexual activity, and they cannot talk about it, because if they talk, they will disgrace their parents. It will be a shame. Number 3, foster open communication with your children. Foster open communication. See, if your child cannot speak with you, then the child is a prey to the devil. We need to create open communication system. Look, can't your child be vulnerable and not be ashamed? If your child messes up and cannot run to you, then you have not created a healthy environment for your child to live godly. Let me say it again. If your child makes mistake and cannot open up to you, you have not created a healthy environment for your child to be godly. Children will be children. They will make mistakes. Children will be children. They will mess up. Children will be children. They will fail. But look, how we encourage with empathy and support and love, we help them stand. One of the reasons why I couldn't open up that I was exposed to pornography was how my mother would have taken it. You see, many of us are Christian parents. Oh, what? Look, we cannot use such emotion to raise responsible children. Your child kissed the girl, and the child said, Mom, I just did the wrong thing. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. You kissed the girl. Wow, okay. So tell us, how did this start? You get back to the background so that you can understand how to help the child. You will know the child's struggle. Rather, because they know that when they say that, say, you born again like you, you beat the future. Beating is not a skill set. If flogging can raise responsible children, there's no need for education, because they would have flogged medical science into us. They would have flogged us into doctors, flogged us into accountants, flogged us into lawyers. It is not by beating, it's by discipleship. So you cannot disciple who you don't connect with. You must create that open communication. That's why training up a child in the way they go. When they are old, they will not depart from me. It is communication. Without connection, we cannot communicate. Without communication, we cannot correct. Children are looking for parents to connect with so that they can be vulnerable. Look, your child will make mistakes. Let me say it again. No child is innocent. Every child needs skill. See, innocence is not a skill. Innocence is not a skill for sexual purity. Innocence is not a skill for godly sexuality. Innocence is not freedom. There are so many innocent children that are messing up. I can tell you because I work with them a lot. Number 4, teach self-control and boundaries. Self-control and boundaries. Your children need to understand the boundaries. See, boundary is, I used to say this, love without boundary is destructive. God loved man and he gave him boundary. Of this fruit you should not eat. That's boundary. God loved man, he gave him boundary. If you go to polo club, because they love the horses, they create space for the horses to run and play, but there are boundaries. Boundaries will help your child thrive. Self-control. You see, when we talk about self-control starts from within. Self-control is a product of values and standards. That's why sexual values are necessary and important for a child to thrive. What are the sexual values you have taught, and what are the sexual values your children have caught? Look, we are going to church. Excuse me, even some Sunday school teachers don't know the truth about sex. Even some Sunday school teachers are confused. Look, when your Sunday school teacher in your children's church looks like all-knowing, looks like all-holy, your children will run away from them. Many teachers are not vulnerable. They can never tell a child when they were a teenager they messed up. They can never. Oh, when I was a teenager, I was all fit up. I was okay. There was nothing wrong. We obeyed everything. Oh, she big fat lie. They were not. Some of them made mistakes. Some of them slept around. When they are vulnerable and these are the consequences that happen. The children will be better. See, children are looking for vulnerable teachers to help them break free from their mess. Let me say that again. Children are looking for vulnerable teachers, vulnerable parents. Some of you as parents, when your child asks you, how did you meet that? You know you did not meet in the right way. Say, no, calm down. Tell them the mistakes you made. Telling your children you made mistake does not make you a weak parent. It makes you a connecting parent. It makes you a loving parent. It makes you a support. Telling your child, oh, I made mistake. I was not a virgin. See, I did not marry as a virgin. But I thank God that I did not marry as a prostitute. I wish I was a virgin. I have a book title that is a virgin. Look, it's not like I didn't want to be. I did not know. I did not know the power of purity. But I chose sexual purity. And thank God for what He's doing in my life. I can't go and tell my children, I was a virgin. It's a lie. I was not a virgin. I was not. Many of us lie to our children. And the children will look through history and find out that we're lying to them. They will not trust us. Where your child does not trust you, your child cannot be helped by you. Children listen to people they can trust. Children listen to people that are vulnerable. Children listen to people that can listen to them. They need to know I am a male. A male means God created me as a male. God gave me penis. Penis is not supposed to lead me. My mindset based on God's word is to lead me. Manhood does not mean penis that leads him. If a penis leads a boy, he leads him astray. Oh, I have big breasts and big buttocks. I can have whatever I need to have with my breasts. Our girls have been told. Look. Why are you wasting your breasts? It's a breastplate of righteousness. You want to deliver it to everybody to eat from. God forbid, and I forbid. Buttocks. Why? You have these buttocks, and then guys, you don't have a boyfriend. You mean you don't have a boyfriend? You're a junkie. No. As sexy as you are, you need a boy to pamper you. Boy with a pamper. Abi? God is your pamperer. Forget boys. They will mess up with your destiny. You need to help them understand. If we're together, if you're getting values, type value. Self-control. Yes. Is a fruit of the spirit. We must direct our children by the fruit of the spirit. Self-control is a fruit of the spirit and essential in all areas of life, including sexuality. There are boys that cannot control their emotion. There are boys that cannot control. There are girls. Once the boy has a sweet voice, they have fallen in love. They are falling in love with voice. Once he can play keyboard, their head don't scatter. That don't open. Once it looks like the boy can just talk something sweet, sweet mouth. Because the girl had not. Let me say this. As fathers, listen. If you are not sharing with your daughters how valuable they are, if you can't tell your daughter, affirmation protects the destiny of girls. Affirmation is a protective system for sexual purity. Oh, my daughter, you are beautiful. You are smart. You are excellent. You are elegant. I like your banging body. It is for God and for your husband. Teach your daughter, teach your son. Boys just think as long as they feel it, then they should have it. So look, your body is not feeling and having. You're not working in filling station. Teach your boys that they have to control their emotion. Look, emotion should not direct them. God gave them emotion for feeling and for control. Emotion is not supposed to control them. This is the way I feel. I feel like touching. No. If you want to touch your Bible. If you want to touch your destiny. If you want to touch God. We need to teach our children self-control. Number 4, model healthy relationship. Model healthy relationship. Many of us as parents, we don't have healthy relationship. We are talking. Hey, look at, we are gossips. And what we are saying is not in line with God's standard for relationship and healthy values. We need to model it as parents. The kind of conversation you have can damage the destiny of your children. Demonstrate what a godly, respectful relationship looks like through your own marriage and relationship. So many unhealthy marriages trying to raise healthy children. Look, let me say this. Satan attacks your marriage not because of you. Satan attacks your marriage because of your children. When your children are good, Satan will attack your marriage because if you're not working in unity, you cannot raise a child that will fulfill destiny. Many children's destiny are dead because the parents' marriage are not together. No matter what it is, as God can help us, let us build a healthy marriage system. Our marriage is an example that our children see. Do you know there are people that say, I would not marry? Why? Because of the kind of marriage that their parents have. The kind of marriage the people that their guardians had, their uncles had. They say, no. I had a girl, she's 41 years old now. She said she can't get married. What's the problem? Her mother divorced. Her uncle divorced. Her father's sister divorced. Say, why then do I want to marry? When everybody in my family has samples of divorce, that girl is going through trauma that was transferred from family. She's going through a family trauma. We must have a healthy relationship. Yes, husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church. Wife, submit to your husband. Let me say this. Marriage union helps our children stay sane. Many children are getting into promiscuity, sexual immorality because of unhealthy parenting system, unhealthy marriages or family. I have a lot to share. Let me give us 2 more. Number 5, accountability system. Accountability. You see, why we do mentorship program is because for children to live sexually sane, they have to build accountability system. Yes, there's need for it. So we do our mentorship program, Sexual Purity Academy, where the children come in and we're teaching them every week about sexual purity. We have the boys life mentorship program where we mentor and nurture the boys to become who God wants them to be. Because many fathers are disadvantaged to their sons. Many fathers are not available. And we have studied as boys mentors and coaches. We have realized that when a father is not available, there's a gap. A model that does not show up will become a disadvantage to a son that is growing up. Accountability system. Your children need to be. You see, Timothy was accountable to Paul. Peter was accountable to Jesus. Look, Samuel was accountable to Eli. Great souls are product of accountability. Is there an accountability system where your child can improve on? We have to stress the importance of accountability. See, many children come to me and say, sir, I just committed fornication. What do I do? If they tell their parents, that's the end of the education, is that the way out? And through accountability, we find out, okay, how did you get here? Why did you get here? Who was the person? And we realized that they were not taught. Because they were not taught, they couldn't get it right. The children cannot give what they don't have. They only give what they have. What do they have in their system? There's a sexual purity programming system. that we can put in your children that makes them accountable. They build the right kind of association that helps them thrive. Children are tempted on every side, though. Listen, the world is fighting against our children. There's battle, there's war. They are tempted. The media is fighting. Many children are just left. I was wondering, what would your child having TV in your child's room? The other day I was in Lagos. A girl took her phone from a friend and she was chatting again and saying, they were going to school. When should I come? Oh, I can't forget the sex we had yesterday. I need more. So I started engaging the children. She's 14 years old. That she had been servicing men for the past 2 years. I know my time is up. Let me just use 2 more minutes. The final thing I'm going to say is they need a mentorship system. For your child to live sexually pure, we need mentorship system for them. For your child to become what God, parenting is about preparing our children to become who they should be. They need mentorship. You can't do it alone. You need system. You need models. That's why we've created systems and models that can help your children live sexually pure, live emotionally pure, build quality character, build habits that can help them stand strong. Sexuality. Please remember, as parents, the company we keep can greatly influence our children. The company they keep can greatly influence their destiny. Daniel had his friends. His friends were in a circle of friends that they agreed together not to defy themselves. And guess what? They came out strong and came out as leaders. Every successful teenager, every successful boy, every successful girl goes through 4 things. Programming system is key in all of these 4. If we can't help our children live sexually pure, the world will destroy them. I pray that the Lord will help us. And I know if I have all the time, I would share more. But let them know if I have more. But if I don't, then we can go to Q&A. I think I've used about 20-30 minutes of my time.
Okay, wow, I thought you had about I wasn't sure anymore. I thought you had about 10 minutes more, but thank you so much.
I didn't know, since they brought my face to the screen.
Yes, also to me too, I didn't know why your face was brought to the screen. So you have about 10 minutes more, sir.
So I can go ahead. All right. Thank you. So thank you very much. I just want to say on the screen 3 things you've already gotten in this system so that I would help you more. Because okay, great. Now let me explain something to us very well. Now I'm sure you know about the LGBTQTCSPWSPWN2TT system. You see the way I call it? That's how foolish it is. I'm sure you know about Pornhub. You see the way I call it? I'm sure you know about anime. I'm sure you know about all these things. Now, these things are sexualizing our children and they're teaching them lies about sex. The problem is this. Who are we modeling? Let's talk about the person in the mirror. See, children will always see and follow because our theme in this program is the person in the mirror. Who is your child seeing and who is your child following? Who is the person before your child? Celebrities today that are confused. They are sexually confused. They are the people they are following. And guess what? You say, my child will turn out right. No, that child will not turn out right. It will turn out straight. It will turn out wrong. Who are they following? Today, we have how many million people following Davido? Confused. We have how many people following? And I ask, why are they not following value? Why? The God of this world is blinding their eyes. People are confused. People are dressed anyhow. Let me just do comedy. So there was a time I even wore wig. I wore wig. And one day, that same day, I said, why am I wearing wig? What kind of example am I giving to boys? I came to my senses and I said, no, I can't wear it. People are confused. Girls are confused. They think, oh, it's breast that makes you popular. If all you have is breast, you're useless to generations because many breasts are flattened. You need to teach your daughters that it's not your breast that gives you value, it's your brain. It's the quality of your destiny. There must be spiritual intelligence. Let me quickly say this. For your child to grow sexually sensitive, number one, please, I want to give you 4. Number one, for your child to go sexually sensitive, number one, they need identity, clear identity. They need to know who they are. Who am I? When a child knows who he is, he cannot be tossed here and there. When a child knows who he is, he has a focus, he has a direction. Who am I? Who am I? I'm a child of God, born by God to transform generations. Who am I? I am a male man and I like it. Identity is very important. Identity. Clarity of identity will make a difference. What made Joseph stood out was clarity of identity. Look, what made Moses stand out was clarity of identity. Moses say, no, I am not an Egyptian. I'm an Israelite. I am born an Israelite. I am part of God's family. So you cannot expect me to act like an Egyptian. Many children are acting like Egyptians, though they are Israelites. Many children are acting as those in the world, though they are of the Lord. Identity. Number 2, a sense of purpose. You see, children need to understand that their sexuality is their purpose. God gave them their sexuality to help them fulfill purpose. Look, a female would have not had died. That's why Jesus came as a male man. Moses is Moses for a purpose. Isaac is Isaac for a purpose. Joseph is Joseph for a purpose. Deborah is Deborah for a purpose. Ruth is Ruth for a purpose. Naomi is Naomi for a purpose. No boy can become a girl by God's design. God does not make that error. I have never seen in scripture that God transgendered anybody. He said, oh, this is a miracle of the Lord. He was male and now he's female. Praise the Lord. But many parents in male body acting like women. Many parents in female body acting like men. The world had deceived us and now we are confused. There's a confused system. Every kind of music can play in your house and your children can dance it. I tell my children cannot. Once I get into that school and they are playing anything that is against our values and standard, excuse me, that's the last time. I will change the child's school. You know why? Because the values of my children and the destiny of my children is more important than how much I pay in school fees. I cannot be paying school fees and you're corrupting their mind with the kind of things. I paid you to corrupt their mind. Who goes you? Look, we cannot pay for our children to be destroyed. We just keep them in anybody's house. And then everybody, just stay in this house where I come, and they play everything. And your child comes back to the house. That's the thing that's playing in his head. One day, he goes again. That same songs. It's a song I just started hearing. Yash na yash, breast na breast. And it's a popular song. Children are singing it. Adults are playing it. And we are laughing. And they'll go back to church on Sunday morning and say, oh, unto the Lord be that glory. One mouth in yash, the other one in glory to God. God forbid, and I forbid. We cannot raise that kind of generation and say we are normal. We are not normal. Look, see, the generation that is here is not normal. You must come to a consciousness of spiritual relevance for a generation that you want to raise. Otherwise, we'll mess up destinies. Number 1, I said what? Identity. Number 2, purpose. Number 3, knowledge. Knowledge. They must know the truth. And they shall know the truth, and the truth shall set them free. They shall know the truth, and the truth shall set them free. They must feed on God's word. Look, children are just staying, nobody's feeding them with God's word. They're just living life. Oh, this life, I just want to have swag. I just want to have fun. Oh, soft life. I don't like stress. I just want to enjoy my life. There's nothing wrong. Pamper me. Many people have been pampered out of destiny. Let me say this to you. Comfort zone is the burial ground of many destinies. Many children have been pampered into comfort of destruction. We are just fine the way we are. There's nothing wrong. Give me shawarma. Give me peace. No. They need knowledge. They need knowledge about sexual purity. They need knowledge of God's word. They need knowledge of God's will. They need knowledge of identity. They need knowledge of who they are, what they are called to do. They need both spiritual and physical knowledge. Listen, they need that wisdom to thrive. Bible says, it says, by wisdom, by skillful and godly wisdom, is a child built, is a house built, is a life built. You need knowledge. We must educate them. We must train them. We can't do this all ourselves. We need system, family system, mentorship system that can get it done. And the last thing, they need spiritual intelligence. Look, your child cannot live godly, cannot live sexually pure without spiritual intelligence. You know why? When Potiphar's wife came over Joseph, Joseph said, I cannot do this before God and before my master. What does that mean? There is spiritual intelligence and there's respect for humanity. Look, many children say, is God there? I cannot see God, so I can do. No, 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 no. I cannot do this. God is not watching to beat me. God is watching to help me. God is not watching to floor me. So children are, see, the reason why they are not misbehaving is not because they have values. It's because they are afraid of hell. That's why they're not misbehaving. And it's not a good way to parent. They should have values and know that God loves them. Misbehavior is not a way to show and express God's love. So we need this foreknowledge. They need this four system: identity, purpose, wisdom and knowledge, and then spiritual intelligence. They need spiritual intelligence. They need sexuality intelligence. Knowing when a boy is trying to make a pass. Some girls are so ignorant. Tama. Some girls are so ignorant. Tama. Some boys are so foolish. Amnon. Their cousin is the person that is deceiving them. Oh, he's my cousin. Whatever he said, I don't want to hurt him. Look, the same Jonadab that deceived him was the one that reported that he raped Tamar. Amnon died. A king's son that is supposed to be a prince. Jonadab was still alive. Amnon was killed because he could not hold himself. I used to ask, have I ever heard that Konji killed anybody? Boys are told today, Konji the kilo. Who you need to take away spam if you don't. Why? That's why God gave us wet dreams. I have never heard that I went to the hospital and they said, man of God, what happened? Doctor, what happened? He said, this boy have not had sex for a long time. Konji killed him. Sex is for marriage. Wait in marriage. The place of sex is marriage. The time for sex is marriage. The age for sex is marriage. Who is teaching your child? Who is teaching your child? Sex is not what you just have. Sex is what you enjoy. See, when married people are having sex, God and angels are celebrating. I can tell people that God teach me better skill to enjoy sex. But when outside of marriage you are trying to have sex, it is Satan and demons that are educating you. Which education? Who do you want to listen to? My sheep hears my voice. The voice of strangers shall they not follow. Whose voice is your child hearing? And look, this is not what you just say once. That's why there's a mentorship system, there's a coaching system, there are programs that help your children. Don't say, he heard it the last time. It's okay. It's not okay. Guess how many times Potiphar's wife came against Joseph? He said, she came periodically. And we must teach our children how to deal with temptations. Will your child be tempted? Yes. There's a class girl that is falling in love with. I cannot do without you. And the boy say, you are the treasure that I seek. You are close to me and I did not know. And the guy say, don't hurt me. A boy that does not know love tells you he loves you and you accept it. And you think he will not hurt you. You're playing with fire. Look, we have books here. Books that can guide your children. We have directed them in the books so that they will understand. We have things that can help them grow and become sexually sane. Let me say this as I close. I know I have a lot. If you want to give me 3 hours, I'll not be enough. But I'm just looking at our time so I don't keep people beyond their time. Let me say it again. Boys need mentorship. We are there to help. Teenagers need help. When they get into 9, their body system, puberty begins to happen, and then they begin to get confused. That's why they need direction. That's why they need guidance. That's why they need support. These things will help them stand out and thrive. And we have created those systems for you as a parent. Part of what we do is we consistently teach you in our mentorship programs. I'm going to talk about that if they give me the chance. But we work on all of these things over time. And I tell you, we have helped a lot of people break free. Is it pornography addiction? Oh, I was an addict, so I can tell you, I've been helping a lot of people break free from addiction. Your child's innocence is not the proof of safety. The proof of safety is knowledge. The proof of safety is skill. The proof of safety is value. And the proof of safety is spiritual and sexual intelligence. Let me stop here today and let me allow my beautiful sister, Stella, to come in. Thank you, man. Don't go far.
sir. That was
Okay, oh my God, wow, that was very powerful, sir. It was incredible. Thank you so much for the knowledge you just shared with us. We really appreciate it. That session was really amazing. Thank you so much, sir. The comment section has just been building us on fire. We really appreciate you for that. So we'll be giving you a few seconds to catch your breath or take a water break. In the meantime, audience, please start typing in your questions so that we'll take them as soon as we return from this break. Thank you so much. Ma, Coach Stella,
okay. I was told that I wasn't being seen, so I was trying to check where the
okay.
issue was.
Coach
Okay, go
Stella,
ahead.
ma.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, ma.
All right, I'll say thank you very much for this session. So much said, so much to learn. Yet, let's go to the comment section and show Coach Berepele some love. I'm seeing somebody saying powerful. Okay, okay. The proof of safety is knowledge, value, and not innocence. Thank you so much, Mr. Hillary. So, what did you gain from this session? Let's see it in the comment section, and also drop your questions. Thank you once again, Coach Berepele. Coach Berepele has been talking since morning. He, he was in a school outreach this morning, and then he's here. And I don't think he has finished talking for today, because today is the International Day of the Boys
I
Child.
have like 3 sections today after now.
Okay. So thank you so much, sir, for all the things you do. God bless you for both parents and for both children. So while we wait for the questions, I was going to ask you a question. Something happened recently. I was in a place with a group of women, and a funny conversation happened. Tolu is saying, "Well done, sir. It was a blast, plenty blast." And the conversation was happening, and I wasn't in shock, but it is about how shame has left the world. How we can discuss some things and think it's not just about being okay discussing, but not seeing it as being a problem that we are dealing with. Okay, so a woman was talking about how she loves watching porn, how it helps her, that how would somebody say, no, no, watch am, how I want to take help myself, things like that. And everyone was relaxed and they were all fine with the conversation. I think I was looking so odd in it all. And my major concern was to find out if this woman had children. And from the little I gathered, she was a mother. I don't know if she had a husband, but and again, she looked like a Christian. So I'm happy to hear that you once were an addict and you were able to break out of it. You got to know that it was a problem and you sought out help. Is it possible to get help even in our times? Can you share a little testimony to what you did and how you came out of it? So
Now,
that
the
people will
truth
know that
is,
it's not okay. Can you hear
addiction
me?
is a. Yes, I can hear you, ma. Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead? Can anybody hear me? Okay. So, addiction is a disease. Addiction is a brain relapse disease. All right. There are different forms of addiction, but let's talk about sexual addiction. You know, I went into pornography because somebody exposed me to it, and it gave me some feelings of high dopamine and the rest of them. So I got so deep in it that it led to masturbation. There's a way out. I've been helping a lot of people break free from pornography. Currently, I have clients who are in my program. It's called Break Free, Live Free from Sexual Masturbation, Pornography, Lust, and several other addictions. All right. How I broke free was, see, if you keep it as a secret, it will destroy you. If you keep your addiction as secret, you cannot break free from it. So those days, I will try to keep it as a secret. I'll go to Christy Bature, and tell her, oh, there's somebody that I know. The more I said there's somebody that I know, the less I was empowered to stop. And then whatever you keep as secret will grow. So addiction that is kept as a secret will kill you. You can't break free from an addiction without keeping a secret. Number two, you can't break free without seeing it as a problem that you need help. Number three, you can't break free without seeking the right kind of help. It's not prayer alone. No. See, let me say this. By wisdom is a house built. Let me tell you, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So freedom from addiction is not by prayer empowers you to come out to speak about the truth. And then knowledge empowers you to break free. So I went for therapy. I paid for therapy. I paid over 800 something thousand naira for therapy. I was in a therapy program for 3 months. I had relapse 2 times. And I went back again because I knew there's help from God and there's help from my therapist. I paid under 250,000 naira. I spent my money that I did not have. That's why I tell people it's better not to get in, because some people spend 4 years trying to come out free. And some parents, I see them say, oh, there's nothing wrong with pornography. There are many children that the first time they were ever exposed to pornography was their parents' home, Christian home. I see parents say, oh, I need porn to be able to have sex. Well, who told you? It's a trauma. It's called pornographic trauma. There are things that you have, you have gotten into it to the point you can't do it. Some people are raped and they feel like, okay, I need more rape in my marriage to get it. It's a trauma. So why am I sharing this? Because I was sharing with somebody recently, a mother was like, oh, my daughter, she had to have sex at the age of 13 because she needed to have the experience. And this is a mother that goes every time. She's a women leader in church. Let me just conclude that way. She said, no, I won't allow my children suffer what they suffered though. What I suffered though. At the age of 22, I married and then sex was difficult. No. It's better they are open and safe now so that they will not suffer. Deception. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we help people break free because there is a spiritual part of an addiction. There's the emotional part of addiction. There's a mental issue. It's a programming, all right? That programming creates that need for more. Because when you are exposed to addiction, what happens is your dopamine level becomes high. And you feel like every time that you need that feeling of acceptance, feeling of connection, you need more to go high. And the more you get addicted, the more you want it. And that freedom does not happen until you come for therapy system. And finally, let me say this. The reason why people are not coming out of addiction is because of shame and stigma. The church is not doing very well with this. Oh, you mean you're struggling with pornography? Don't near my son, no, don't near this boy, oh, he's a porn district. That alone. That's why even people who are broken free from pornography or addictions don't speak up and say I was, because the world will see you like fun. So people even see me that way. No, don't get close to this coach. Oh. Some parents will say, this coach that was addicted. What was he want to teach our children? So some of them don't pay me to coach their children. But it's not their fault because they don't know. One of them who did that, guess what? Her 13-year-old daughter now opened up one day. Mommy, I've been masturbating with my classmates for the past 2 years. The mother wanted to kill herself. She beat the girl. The girl had injuries in her body. She called 2-3 persons. She called coaches. Coach said, somebody that can handle this Coach Abibo now. She said, but that one that I've been castigating even online. The woman had to humble herself and came. So we are saying you can break free if you go through the system of our program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for letting us know that people can break free. You don't need to. In fact, now to me, it's not only thriving in secrecy. It's even pride. Being proud of what is destroying you. It's a problem. It's a problem. I recently watched a TED talk of a woman who said she was going to buy sex toys for her children at her daughter when she clocks 13.
Yes, ma'am. I watched it.
So that okay, you watched it too. So we know that the world is not playing. And we parents, we don't need to play. And you know, the TED talk, she sounded so professional, so eloquent. Honestly, if you do not know who you are, you will really believe that this woman is saying something you should listen to. How her child needs to get the experience, not waiting for any man, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, and it was a TED talk. So please, one constant thing that has been said since this conference started, if you have paid attention, is get knowledge. Get knowledge. It's great that we pray, but as parents, we must parent from the place of knowledge. If we must give sexuality education to our children, it must come from a place of knowledge. And then our godly values is needed. See, you can't tell your children what you don't. If your values are not godly, you will be the parent that will tell your child, ask your child, have you tested? I've seen a parent that say, no, how will my daughter marry? No go check. So how many will your child test? Parents, I'm talking about Christian parents. I'm not talking about the ones I don't know. Just in a normal conversation, a parent is saying, and sometimes, of course, it's in conversation people voice out really who they are when they are relaxed. Say, no, how my pikin go marry, no go tell. At least even if na once, make it confirm, say the man dey okay. Wow. And another child is hearing it. Some things we even say, the things we watch. There's so much to say, sir, about this. But long and short is, parents, who is sexually educating your child? Who is teaching your child sex education? And what are your lifestyles teaching your children about sexuality education? What do you watch? Who do you follow? What conversations are you having? You think your children are not seeing? That your phone that you think is a secret bar, they understand the phone more than you. So let me tell you, they will even hide things inside your own phone. Recently, we were having a situation of siblings who are already into pornography. And the issue was how to break it to the child, to their parents, sorry, because their parents were pastors and their parents were the top contributors of the school, something like that. So it was going to be. So the question was, how did they see it? The two of them saw it from their parents' phone. And they've been using their parents' phone to watch it for months. So please, please. Someone is saying the conversation, the company we keep influences our children, and the company they keep will affect their future. That's true. Who are your friends? What are you people discussing? What do you talk about? Some of us will say, is my friend, I will go so vulgar in the presence of your children. God will help us. Sex is not something we play with. There's so much that can be said on this topic. So much. Thank you so much, sir, once again for your time. Any questions? Well, it's time we're using to wait for questions. If there are no questions,
Okay, there's a
because
question here already by Hilary.
okay. I have had a man of God preach that pornography is good for couples who do not know how to satisfy themselves during sex intercourse. I refuted it, but please shed more light. Yes, sir, please shed more light.
First, pornography is not for anybody. It's not adult movie. That's Satan's lie. Please take it. See, when couples do not know how to sex sanctify themselves, what they need is therapy. They need counseling. What we do in counseling in sex education is to help them understand their body, help them understand foul play, help them understand when, how, where. As couple, you have to communicate. What makes you feel? How do you feel? What can get you to the point of arousal? All of these things are communication. You know why? If you use pornography, you are medicating. And it will get to a point that without pornography, you cannot have sex. And pornography cannot teach you about the sex. Number two, check the future of your children now. Your children will see this thing. Don't say, I lock it. Some children told me that how they became addicts was because they were watching it in their parents' phone, just like Mama said. So now that pastor had not said the truth. Yes, he might have said it on the altar. Don't forget we are humans, we can make mistakes. He can be a user too. I'm not saying he is, but that's not the truth. Pornography is not for couples. Pornography is from the devil. You can't say, oh, it's fine as long as it is couple. No, it's not about couple. It's about God's system. Please let me also say this. Your marriage is not what you feel like doing. Your marriage is what honors God. Marriage is to bring honor to God and a blessing to generations. So ask yourself, does pornography honor God? If no, why do I have to use it as a way to learn sex in marriage? It means God is so foolish that he needs pornography to help me. Check your hormones. It could be some things. So if you come for sex class, we talk about all of those things. All right. So you need counseling, you need therapy, you need knowledge, sex education. All right, for couple and for marriage, not pornography. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's funny some of the things we hear sometimes about sex. See, there are so many misinformation flying around. If you are not having sexual satisfaction with your husband and wife, two of you should carry yourself and go for counseling and go for therapy, not for pornography. Addiction is a terrible thing. No, we are not talking about where this addiction thing happens. I hope we know it happens in the brain. It happens in the brain. That's
It's
why
a chronic brain disease that
disease.
turns your brain around for you to depend on the thing to feel like you are getting normal, but it does not solve the problem in any way. So these addictions look like, okay, people say, I'm stressed, that's why I'm watching porn. So when they watch it, they look like it has eased their stress for a while, but it increases their stress level and asks them to watch more pornography to reduce their stress level. So it brings them to the point of loneliness. It brings them to the point of emptiness. It brings you to the point of needing more. Then you now become secretive or you now become shameful. For you to now feel like, okay, there is no shame, you now have ego, all right? That's where you were talking about that pride. It's because the person feels like, oh, after all. So the person wants to claim, but inside of him, there's death. So death that is claiming to be alive is still death. So that's the programming that happens to addiction. I just said, let me add that.
Thank you so much, sir, for saying that. Once again, parents, let's do our work. There's so much to do. Don't be quiet. If you know where you can, you see, like we say on ATQ, there are different ways you answer your child's questions and concern. It's either you're the one answering them, you are leading them to where you're leading them to where they can get their answers. You're putting them in communities where they can get answers. You can answer them, you can lead them to places they'll get their answers. You can find the answers together and you can put them in communities where they can get their answers. Don't say my child is not asking. That's not, if your child is not asking, I keep saying you're the problem because your children have questions. They're asking their questions and they're getting their answers. Big time. The question is, who are they getting their answers from? And sometimes our children know the answers to the questions they're asking us. They have the content. They come to us for context to align them with what our values are. So please don't say, "Ah, I'm happy, my children are not asking me." No, you should be crying and sad that your children are not asking you. Oh. Yes, you should be able to have conversations on this. There is no heavy word anywhere. You are the only one making it heavy. The same way you go to salon, you go to places and women are talking everything and you are there. I remember the day they were talking about Kaya Mata Pro Max in the salon. It was a normal conversation. So don't say, can I tell you, your children are talking about it. There's so much to say. If you've been on ATQ for a long time, you remember there was a time a woman shared a story with me. She just wanted to be anonymous. How the child asked her, "Mommy, have you seen a dildo before?" And she was shocked. She said, my friend brought it to school. She brought her aunties home. We touched it, we did, and all of that. And all of that. And the woman said she almost fainted. So you think your daughters and your children don't know it? No, you just may be living in denial of the truth that you need knowledge. You have to break free from that mentality of I don't need to have these conversations. The Lord will help us. Sir, just before you go, Tell us your handles. Where can we get your books? What's the next program you have for children, teenagers, and then parents? Let's know.
All right, thank you. While you were just talking, I just remember the boy we were dealing with, who his classmates, these boys go to urinate in boys' hostel and they say our penis is too small. They used to call it Bola. And he said he started drinking Bola increasing drugs, at 15. He was already taking the drugs and he was caught. They thought he said it was drugs that helps his health until one day somebody saw him bringing out the drugs and reported. You see, he has been taking it for more than 7 months because of body shaming. He wanted his penis to be increased so that when the classmates see it, they will know that he too is a man. You see, what we're saying is children are learning somewhere. Be the first to be the teacher, like she has said. All right. So on Facebook, you have my name as Abibo Berepele. On Instagram, you have my name as Abibo Berepele. On TikTok, you have Train the Boys, Train Up the Boys. Our programs for teenagers. We have the Teens Life Mentorship Academy is officially starting in September. We have 3 terms for each of it, where we mentor and nurture teenagers. Character building, emotional intelligence, financial intelligence, habit formation, academic excellence, sexual purity, manners, morals, and values, skill sets, and all of that spiritual growth. We do that 3 months each, all right? And we also have the Boys Life Mentorship Academy, BLMA. This is strictly for boys. We know, I share a lot of my experiences as a boy and how I struggled, and we teach them skills that can help them out. Boys are looking for who to model. Boys are looking for who to learn from. And many fathers are absent. Even when fathers are present, they need supportive fathers. They need mentors that can guide them. So we have that 1 year mentorship program. Registration will be open from next week, but it's officially starting. Every batch, we're in a batch right now, but we have every batch rolling in. So people prepare, register before the time, So all of these informations are part of how we mentor and nurture and coach. Then for our parents, we have the Protect Your Child from Porn and Sexual Abuse program coming up in the month of July. Protect your child from pornography and sexual abuse. So many children are into pornography, their parents are not aware. How do I protect my home from pornography? How do I protect my child from pornography? How do I protect my sons and daughters from sexual abuse? So we have that month mentorship program for parents. I think those 3 programs will help you and help your children thrive. Thank you very much. And our books, yes, our books. Yes. So she will give you my contact. They'll put my contact there. 08164226222. That's my WhatsApp number. That's my number. You can reach out on WhatsApp to say, oh, we want to order your books. We have a lot of books, but our most recent books, this book, The Battle for Sexual Purity, and this book for boys. See, this book is one of the best books I've ever written. My first book for boys, The Life of a Godly Young Boy. The Life of a Godly Young Boy. This is the book that we need to read and then transform. And we have the book Pair Traps. We have a lot of books for boys and for teenagers and preteens. So you can actually get my contact, reach out, say, okay, you are from a no program, and then we have the conversation for our books currently until they come onto Amazon. Thank you so, so much for this opportunity, Coach Stella.
So please can you call the number again?
The number is 081 6422 6222. 081 6422 6222. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Thank you. The Lord bless you. Just 2 sentences, your last word, and then we'll take a final announcement and go.
Parenting is a journey. Partner with God, partner with help, partner with the people that have knowledge and skill, and you will help your children to thrive. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Parenting is partnership. You can't do it alone. You need help. So don't say I will do it alone. Thank you once again, sir. So, yes. Our next session is by 5 p.m. and we are having Tega or Mogo. That's not a session to miss. We are talking about social pressure. You think you have escaped peer pressure. There is another one called social pressure. And in fact, don't miss it. I don't know how else to say this. 5 p.m. we are back again here, and then 8 p.m. we have David Folaremi. Two more impactful sessions. If you are blessed by Coach Abibo's session, then you know that you also will be blessed again in the two remaining sessions. It's been amazing. He life of a godly boy. All right, we have taken note of that. We'll communicate with him. Once again, I want to say thank you, everyone, for your time, for being on this session. Thank you, everyone, for your time, for being on this session. Thank you so much, sir. I have gained a lot. That's coming from Maria and Ngozi. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, everyone, once again for being here today. We meet again by 5 p.m. God bless you. Thank you to our host, Christabel. Christabel, thank you so much. God bless you. All right, see you again 5 p.m. God bless you. Bye bye.